She didn't know how to talk big, but then a clueless kid barged into the TV room and switched the channel without a second thought. Seeing that fierce look, Larry instantly gave up. Jimi knew it was her moment and quickly switched the show back. You want to switch the show back? No, why not? Because now. Right this instant. Hurry up and do it. Eugene rushed over, pulled her aside, and Jimi calmed down. This was all worth it. When she came back, Larry greeted her and thanked her for stepping up. Their relationship seemed to be leveling up. But before they could chat much, Eugene called her over to the cell and bluntly asked for a $100,000 bribe. Jimi was left confused. Eugene said, "You now have the mob's trust. If they find out you were undercover, it'll be messy, a bit dramatic, right?" Jimi had to give in and asked Eugene to bring her dad, only for poor dad to say all the money was spent on medical bills. Her hidden flyer was tricked away by her brother, she said. There's still a kilo in the speaker. She hoped dad could bring it to swap for cash to shut Eugene up, but Eugene was furious and gave Jimi one last chance. Luckily, she and Larry became good friends who could talk about anything, and their twisted topics got Larry all excited. Just when they were about to hit the key point, Eugene interrupted, saying her dad had arrived but brought nothing. Jimi laughed in anger, thinking she could only solve the crisis by finding the agent posing as her girlfriend, who said this mission is top secret, so she couldn't request funding from superiors and had some bad news to share. Apparently, the higher-ups believe Larry isn't the killer, and the mission is cancelled. But even if she stops, it'll take weeks to transfer her. By the time that happens, she'd have finished her mourning. Jimi was sure Larry was the killer, eyes don't lie. To save her skin, she decided to keep snooping around and find out where Larry buried the body. Subtitles. Jimi stealthily slipped into her cell and noticed, attempting to find any clues. From the photos on the wall, it looked like Larry was a war fanatic, but that alone didn't prove she was the killer. She rifled through books on the table, but found nothing useful, when suddenly a magazine in the corner caught her eye. Opening it revealed some disturbing content that screamed killer, which confirmed Jimi's suspicions about Larry. Break time was nearly over, so Jimi put everything back. But as she returned to her room, she saw that ominous warning. The visitor had the clear purpose to get that $100,000, but the agent said no funding would come from above. Jimi flat out told her, forget it. Better to let that idea go. But the visitor just turned and left in silence. It was like saying, "You better watch out," when Larry's voice suddenly came from the next cell. Jimi stepped out, only for Larry to say it was too quiet, perhaps the calm before a storm. Then she asked, "Did you see anyone?" And Jimi shook her head. Larry's look seemed to see through her entry, chilling Jimi. Playing it cool, she pretended to be mad and headed to the yard. Recalling Larry's early words, things were getting strange. The other inmates were all in their little worlds, likely waiting for someone to take charge. Then Larry came out, apologizing to Jimi. As Jimi played along, she realized the only way to clear her suspicion was to roll with it. Before long, chaos erupted in the prison. Just as Larry warned, a storm was definitely brewing. Inmates started brawling with whoever they couldn't stand, and even the guards weren't spared. Larry was freaking out. The riot lasted all night, quelled by guards as order returned.